Hello and welcome to another edition of Currently in Quincy. I'm Joe Catalano. Today we spotlight the workforce development programs offered at Quincy College in partnership with Quincy Asian Resources. First though, as always, we take a look at the weather and the news for you. Currently in Quincy, it's beautiful. Lots of sunshine, 74 degrees right now. Mix of sun and clouds today with a high around 80. There is a slight risk for a shower later on this afternoon. After that, clearing skies this evening. Lows drop off into the comfortable lower 60s. Really a beautiful stretch of weather here for the middle of August. Lots of sunshine tomorrow, still comfortable in the low 80s. Pleasant on Wednesday, low to mid 80s for high temperatures. Maybe some showers and storms around on Thursday afternoon, turning a little more humid. Thursday's high around 80 degrees and then nice again for Friday, so enjoy it. Again, sunny, 74 in Quincy right now. Checking out news for you today. Quincy Center's newest apartment building is now complete. Center and Stone at 1200 Hancock Street is welcoming tenants to that 6-story, 135-unit complex, including the Citizens Bank branch, which has reopened on the ground floor. Delbrook Construction Company completed the new building for Fox Rock Properties of Quincy. Delbrook's also working on the former Masonic Temple right next door, creating a 66-unit addition to the rear of that building. The former temple will be housing Mason's Steakhouse, to be developed by Jimmy Liang of the Fuji Restaurant Group here in Quincy. Quincy Planning Board has approved a proposal to rezone the current MBTA bus garage on Hancock Street to open space. Last week, the board unanimously approved that proposal from Ward 5 Councilor Dan Minton to rezone the almost 4-acre parcel from Residence D to open space. Deputy Planner Rob Stevens said no one commented on the proposal during last week's public hearing.
This is the current MBTA bus facility on Hancock Street. It is adjacent to the Veterans Memorial Stadium, which is a recreational area. It's also adjacent to parts of the Furnace Brook Parkway down in the rear. So that's part of our waterway system. So this proposal, well, currently the site is the only parcel zoned Residence D. D is in dog. And that's just a long-term, I guess, zoning district, and it's never been changed out of that. So this proposal would move this one parcel into the open space category. So that is the reason for that. As we all know, we've seen construction activity pick up significantly at the former Lowe's site down in Bergen Parkway. That is where the bus facility will be relocated. So this is the time to start planning for the next iteration of what that parcel will be on Hancock Street.
Councilor Minton proposed the rezoning to protect that site from future development when the T moves out of their current 100-year-old bus garage into that new garage being built on Bergen Parkway. Quincy Mayor Thomas Koch has said he hoped the T might give the Hancock Street property to the city for possible development of an indoor sports complex. Quincy residents who'd like a tree planted near their property are being encouraged to reach out to the city. The city is seeking requests for tree plantings throughout this fall. The Department of Natural Resources and the DPW are working with Quincy tree warden Mike Casanelli to select the right trees for the right locations. Ward 2 City Councilor Richard Ash says that about 50 new trees may be planted along the Washington Street corridor in Quincy Point and along Abbey Road. If you'd like to request a tree, call 617-376-1299. Quincy's newest park is now officially open. Quincy Navy Park at Squantum was dedicated on Friday during a ceremony out of Marina Bay that featured distinguished military veterans, state and city officials, and active military members. A highlight of Friday's ceremony, 100-year-old Millie Cox of Quincy sharing her memories as one of the first women to join the Marine Corps in World War II.
This distinction today has to be the highlight of my very long life. I accept it gladly for all women warriors, past and present. We were always capable Someone just had to recognize that. And when the neighborhood kids wanted to rag on my kids, they'd say, "Your mother wore combat boots." And my kids would say, "You're damn too." It is very heartwarming today for Fighting Joe Dunford to be the master of ceremonies, because his parents, Kay and Joe, wintered with Will and me at Marco Island, Florida, back in the day. And I am wearing the pin that Ellen gave me at the General's dinner. We were always the city of presidents. Now we are the city of presidents, generals, and admirals, thanks to the vision of Mayor Tom Koch, who, for the city he loves and we love.
Some of the other honorees included former Massachusetts Attorney General and Navy Lieutenant Frank Bellotti, who recently turned 101 years old, and the late Quincy Sun founder Henry Bosworth, a World War II Navy veteran. The new park features the Lone Sailor statue depicting a World War II-era petty officer, and the bell from the 3rd USS Quincy, which was built in Quincy and destroyed in battle on August 9th of 1942. That Lone Sailor statue is one of only 19 in the world, the first one in Massachusetts. The park is a tribute to all Navy veterans, as well as the former shipyard and the Naval Air Station that were located in Squantum. Well, over 400 people came out to sample foods from over 20 different South Shore restaurants during the Quincy Chamber of Commerce's annual Taste of Quincy Food Festival held last week. The event was held last Wednesday evening at the gazebo at the Best Western Adams Inn in North Quincy, right along the Neponset River. It was the first time the event has been held since 2019 due to the pandemic. Quincy's own New England Free Jacks rugby team made a special guest appearance as they kicked off their victory tour after recently winning their second consecutive Major League Rugby championship. It's our check of news for you today. Coming up, we feature the workforce development programs at Quincy College. That's next. Welcome back. Today we're going to spotlight the workforce development programs available at Quincy College in partnership with the folks at Quincy Asian Resources. So Janet Pearson from the college is here, along with QARI CEO and President Philip Chung. Great to see you both.
Hey,
Thanks
Joe.
for having us.
Yeah,
Thank you so
Philip,
much.
great to see you again.
Again.
Busy time of year for you, I know, with
Yes.
August Moon coming up in a very short time.
Definitely.
But this program in particular, at Quincy College, is something you've been working on, I know, for a while now.
Yes.
And in particular to train folks, new immigrants, right, mostly coming to this country,
Yes.
to find jobs in the hospitality industry.
Definitely.
Yeah. So talk a little bit about how that idea came about
Yes.
and how you developed it and why partner with Quincy College.
Thank you, Joe.
Sure.
So it's been a joint effort working with Quincy College and their team, Janet and Kate, and the president, Rick DiCristofaro. We know that there's such a need in terms of in the hospitality sector. I mean, the industry study, they're talking about over 300,000 in terms of the workforce need coming up in the new year.
That's in Massachusetts alone.
Just Massachusetts
Yeah.
alone. So, as you know, I mean, this is 2 weeks in a row that you're seeing me, but we've been talking for so many years. For the last 7 years, our agency been expanding for our workforce initiative.
Yep.
I mean, as a first nonprofit DSP with Amazon, and then we expanded to hospitality sectors in partnership with Boston College, Beth Israel Hospital, Hilton Marriott, and CanMan. So a couple of months ago, Senator Elizabeth Warren came to visit our training program. We have a training program in partnership with Randolph Community Partner for the MEST step. So the program being so welcoming, and then we have been successfully placing newcomers, immigrants, or even local residents want to really join and learn the key techniques to be more hireable in the sector. So it's a no-brainer, and of course, as a board governor at Quincy College, this is something that they've been working so hard And then also in the landscape for higher education, Quincy College being positioned itself to be the employer go-to place to find well-trained candidates for different sectors. I mean, the slogan for Quincy College is what did they say?
Get to work.
Get to
That's
work.
our slogan.
Yeah. So literally train people to enter the workforce right out of Quincy College, right, Shannon?
Exactly.
Yeah. Had there been workforce development programs at Quincy College prior to this partnership?
Yes.
There had been.
Yeah, we have like pharmacy technician. That's a 15-week program. And after they complete the Massachusetts state exam, we have partners and we have employers that want to go ahead and hire the pharmacy technicians. We have certified nursing assistants. Those programs are 4 to 5 weeks. And we have job placement, career services, internships, and then we can also do the job placements with our fellow connections. So we have pharmacy technician, we have a medical assistant. We have a lot with the workforce development. We had Bridges to College, which was initiated by the Massachusetts Higher Education, where students who had never ever entered college prior to free college, they would get 3 college courses. They would get college algebra, English composition, and first-year seminar, which is like how to be a college student, what to expect. And they earn 9 credits. All the books were covered, the transportation, Charlie cards. So our support services aren't just the tuition and the books, but we have like transportation, we have mental health counseling, we have the library services, we have tutoring, 24/7 online, in person, we have mental health clinicians here at the college. So that support services is really wrap around.
Yeah, it's a very holistic approach,
It
right,
is,
to,
yeah.
to the student, to the person, and their needs. This particular program, though, is for hospitality.
It is for hospitality.
And the college actually won a $500,000 state grant to develop this
Yes.
program, right? Yeah.
That's so exciting.
Yeah,
you
tell
know,
me about it.
So the grant, which is $500,000, is to employ managers of hospitality skilled training. So these are not entry-level positions.
Okay.
These are high-level positions
Yeah.
in the restaurant sector. And as Philip said, over the next 5 years, this is going to be the second largest private sector. They expect 344,000 jobs over the next 5 years.
It's incredible.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
there's
and the growth
tremendous
since COVID,
opportunities.
it is. And so we plan on doing 4 cohorts of 20 students. So within the first 12 months, we will service 80 students,
Okay.
which is wonderful.
Okay.
Yeah.
And this has not started yet, right?
This has not started. So this is
we're
a great
down the ground floor
opportunity.
here,
Thank
yeah.
you, Joe.
Yeah.
So please, if anybody's interested, they can contact myself at Quincy College,
Okay.
or they can contact Philip Chung over at Quincy Asian Resource Services. And we are really going to start this most likely, we're looking at beginning of October.
Okay.
All right.
Can you maybe explain a little bit about the curriculum, Janet?
Sure.
Yeah,
So
how
the
it'll
curriculum is
actually
going to be over 210 hours.
Okay. Oh,
We're
okay.
going to be doing 50 hours of what's called Serve Safe, okay? And that is recognized by the U.S. National Restaurant Association. And what that is it's skilled managerial training that's going to be for food safety, compliance. We're going to go over menu planning, sanitation. We're going to be going over business ethics, personal ethics, fundamentals of business, beverage and food service. We will go ahead and also help them with inventory control, everything you need to be successful as a restaurant manager. So after we have the 50 hours of Serve Safe, we're doing 10 hours of OSHA training, and then there's going to be 150 hours of coursework and skilled hands-on training. And thanks to Phillips and your partnerships, they're going to actually be working in the kitchens.
Definitely.
Of those organizations that you mentioned, Philip?
Yes, and then
Okay.
other new partners too.
Okay.
So, as Janet said, all the skill set, but more importantly, is for people outsiders that really want to learn about the sector. So, working in the hospitality, I mean, besides all the nuances, is really having the eye of knowing what's fresh, what's quality,
Yeah.
what's cleanliness. More importantly, learning chopping, washing, sorting, ingredients. I mean, we shop at a supermarket all the time. We thought we are the chef, but in reality, when rubber, meets the road, working in the commercial kitchen, knowing the workflow,
Yep.
what's the ecosystem like, how to follow the order, and things that prepared by the chefs. So all those type of things is lots of soft and actual techniques that we will be teaching at the course. So, so something that really from someone that have a vision about working in a sector that interfacing with people. A lot of people that they might have a job that they don't talk to anybody. They always visioning about talking to people, standing on the feet, and all those type of things. So this is a great opportunity, really joining this amazing opportunity.
Yeah, well, I mean, hospitality in the word, right? It's a people business.
Totally,
It's you're dealing with people, so you need a lot of social skills, certainly.
Yes.
But to your point, to be a manager of a restaurant, you need organizational skills, interpersonal skills, the business background
Yes.
as well, time management. So it's not just going in the kitchen and cooking a meal and,
Yes.
and calling it a day, right?
Yes.
It's much more involved in that.
Yes. And then we know that some students that they might not be immediately getting the manager job, so they can still have different positions. I mean, in any cafe, restaurants, and hospitality sectors, they're hiring lots of different roles, including pre-cook, line cook, servers, those type of stuff. So you can really get into different variety of roles to learn the whole holistic operations in the sector.
Yeah. So will folks be funneled like from Quincy Asian Resources to this program at Quincy College? How is that?
It would be a joint partnership.
Yes.
So this partnership is amazing that it's not silos. We're going to join in terms of planning, really looking at the learning outcomes in the partnership with the employers. So it's not something that from our side we determine.
I see.
We work very closely with the employers. Actually, they are the hiring force. They know what they're looking for.
Oh,
they
all right.
know what the key things
Yes.
in terms of candidate. They will be more hireable.
Okay.
So this will be very student-centric. It's also very employer-centric program. So I'm excited. I know Jen
I am
and the
too.
team is
Are
very
you
excited
really?
as well.
Yeah.
Well, the graduates are going to have the industry credentials when they finish this class.
Yep.
And that makes a huge difference because they're going to be ready in the job sector. It's not just a stepping stone.
Yeah.
It's going to give them the skills that they need and the employees want. They want OSHA. They want ServSafe.
Well,
they
they
want,
need that,
they
right?
need that. They want
To
business
meet
administration and
their,
business ethics.
guidelines, yeah.
They're going to learn customer service,
Yeah.
guest services, everything they need to be successful.
Yeah. So they'll really be in a position, to forward their careers right after the Quincy College program.
Exactly.
Yeah. They don't need to they can if they want, right? Continue their
But they can
education.
always continue their education.
But they don't have to. They'll be well set up for the future. I'm curious though about language barriers, Philip, and how that will. Do they maybe start with Quarry to take your English language programs and then funnel into this program?
If the English proficiency is less than what we require,
Yes.
so we do provide ESOL training.
Yes.
But this program is open to anybody.
Okay.
So including people with English proficiency. So
Really?
we're
Okay.
welcome.
Okay.
So like what Janet said, it's all empowerment.
Yep.
So access, empowerment, we want to help support people in Quincy, South Shore, and anyone in Massachusetts.
Yeah. Do you think it might? Eventually help with the current migrant crisis? Here in the state and throughout the country as well. Programs like this.
Potentially.
Oh,
yes.
absolutely, yeah.
Yeah. So there's a potential workforce there to fill a need, right? Because a lot of folks.
And
are
Quincy
waiting.
College does offer ESOL classes along
Oh,
with
sure.
Quarry. We
Yes.
both do because we know there's such a huge need.
Yeah.
And we've had our classes now. We're going to be going on our 4th year. And I can tell you right now that we have 2 different levels, like a level 4 to 5 and 5 to 6, and then we have a beginning level. And you're going to see that there's more grant money out there because
I know the
of
college
the
just won
need.
another grant for that,
We
like
did.
$450,000.
Yeah,
okay.
to increase our ESOL.
University for free.
Yeah.
They can offer
For free. Oh,
now this
absolutely. There's no
fall.
cost.
Yeah. This is a certificate program that we're talking about. This hospitality.
Yes, it is,
program.
yep.
Correct.
So they come away with a certificate. Does that entitle them to a degree in the future, or can they follow a degree program at that
If they
point?
want to follow a degree program,
Yeah.
we're thinking about having the hospitality accredited services.
Ah.
So that would be something that would go through like financial aid, and it wouldn't be in the workforce sector.
Okay, okay. Is this at both campuses, do you know, Janet? Is this
It's just in the Quincy
just
campus.
Quincy right
Yes.
now? Okay. And is there an online version as well? Or is this
No, it's going to be hands-on in
This is
person.
hands-on in
We
person.
think, yeah, this type of training we think
Yeah.
really needs to be hands-on, and the customer service and the inventory and the business ethics, and then the hands-on experience in the kitchen. You know, that's invaluable. So it really not going to be an online portion right now, as we see it for
Yeah.
this for the first year.
Yeah, no. So you have great hopes then for this continuing
I do.
into the future, yeah. So where do you see this going from here in terms of, you know, the college as a whole and its curriculum, where it could lead to?
Oh, I think it could lead to either an associate's degree in
Really?
hospitality management.
Yep.
Yeah. There's over 15,000 restaurants in Massachusetts. In the food industry, I mean, you could be a prep chef, you could be in a supermarket, like you said. You know, you look at Roach Brothers, you look at Big Y, you look at there's a lot of prep work being done. You go to Stop and Shop, there's meals being prepped. I mean,
this is true.
I think all of us have probably grabbed, you know, like a chicken,
They're
a
ready to
roasted
go.
chicken or something ready to go meals.
Right, but there's, I would also assume, clerical and management positions
absolutely.
as well. You know, all that needs to be managed and
Yep.
overseen. There's purchasers, right? That so you need skills in acquiring product.
Product, you know, how to buy the
management
product.
skills, personnel skills to manage a staff, right? So
Absolutely.
it could really lead to some big things. Some of the major food companies in the country, I mean, they're multi-billion-dollar industries. ConAgra, for one, I'm thinking, but Kraft Heinz, and on and on and on. So, yeah,
Yeah,
could be a Quincy College graduate in there, right?
exactly.
Yeah. So, Philip, do you see other partnerships coming with Quarry to place these folks after they graduate their certificate program?
Definitely. I
Really?
mean, our current partner with Boston College,
Yeah.
BI, and Hilton Marriott and CanMed. So we're talking to a few, so in partnership with Quincy College. So definitely there are lots of employers are interested. They're looking for these type of training to make sure that it's better transition. It's also a retention too. So if you have worked with someone that from a training perspective in the workplace setting, and then when you hire them, most likely they will stay. And so that will increase the retention as well. So it's all about return on investment, all those other things. So it makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely. Janet, going forward now, folks who are interested, who would you see as kind of an ideal candidate for this program?
I would say anyone who wants to get into the food industry, or somebody who has a desire to work with people, you know, manage staff,
Yeah.
because that really makes a big difference. It's the skill set, the customer service, like Philip had said, and a lot of people, there's such a need. It's the second largest private sector in Massachusetts, the food industry
Yeah,
and
what's the first, do you know?
hospitality.
Just curious.
Do you know I actually went online and I couldn't find it?
Okay, I'm thinking
I'm
maybe
curious
healthcare,
too.
but I don't know.
It could be.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I went online.
Could be.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay,
Or logistics, Amazon.
possibly.
We hire lots of people.
I know,
Yeah.
I know,
Yeah.
yeah.
But we've just seen such a growth since COVID because
certainly.
everything shut down during COVID.
Right,
You
well,
know, so now the
hospitality
restaurants
was
are
one of the
open.
most impacted
It
industries.
was.
Sure.
Yeah.
Entertainment was another big one, but yeah, absolutely. So it's coming back.
Oh, it's coming back full force.
Yeah. Do you think it's a midlife career change type student that might benefit from this?
You're
or-
asking for
No.
yourself.
Just inquiring, you know, you always have to have a plan B. Or are you thinking somebody straight out of high school? Or, you know, who do
No,
you
so I think it's free. We really have to take a look at the whole program. But I can tell you right now that whether it be somebody who is 18 years old or somebody who's, you know, 28, 48, 58.
Keep going.
Keep going, exactly. There's
Okay.
no age limit on it. You know,
right.
and there are people that are actually in entry-level positions that aren't making the money. And now with the management training that we give them,
Yeah.
they're going to be able to support their families. Or if
Right.
they're just out of college, you know, they're going to be able to support themselves. It's a big difference for an entry level. These trained skill workers are going to be able to go into management positions.
Yeah,
and there's
absolutely.
so many openings.
Yep, and there'll be, you know, transferable skills too that they'll.
Oh, absolutely. The
yeah.
business ethics, the personal ethics,
Right.
you know, the customer service.
Yep. For folks, is there a deadline now to sign up, Janet, for the program?
There's
for
not
this
a
fall?
deadline, no.
Okay.
No, they can contact myself, Quincy College.
Okay.
.edu.
Yep, okay.
And we're probably going to start, like I said, in October. Some of our students are going through ESOL classes now.
Oh, okay.
So to better their skills.
Yes,
And
sure.
some people are ready right from the summer,
Yeah.
from your program, to go into the
Definitely.
hospitality management. So we won't have a deadline because we are going to have 4 cohorts. So let's say we fill the first one in October, and there's maybe a waiting list of 10 more people.
Right.
Well, there's going to be 3 more cohorts after this one.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. So it's open.
Access.
Yes.
Now's the time.
Access.
Now's the
So,
time, yeah.
yes.
Back to school, right?
Exactly. Back to work.
Back to work. Thank you both. Really appreciate
Thank you, Joe.
the opportunity
Thank you for having
to
us.
spotlight this program. Hopefully we get the word out for you and get some
Thank you,
students.
Joe.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Joe.
Always a pleasure. Just enough time to check the forecast for you for the rest of the day today. Just a gorgeous stretch of weather this week. Lots of sunshine today. Just a slight risk of a shower, but warm and pleasant, around 80 degrees. Even nicer tomorrow and Wednesday, too, with daytime highs in the low 80s. There is a chance for some afternoon storminess here on Thursday, but it's right back to sunshine again on Friday, so enjoy it. Thanks again to Philip Chong and Janet Pearson for joining us today, talking about workforce developments through Quincy Asian Resources at Quincy College.
Exactly.
Thanks to our crew, and thank you for watching. Friday, we learn about this year's Saturdays in the Park concert series up in Wollaston. Meantime, check our website, qatv.org. You'll find our latest programs. There's news, information, video on demand, live streaming, and much more. For all of us here at QATV, I'm Joe Catalano. Have a great week.